Hey everyone, it's time for my second vlog about Steven Gerrard's testimonial and the progress of our new transfers so far. Firstly, I just want to say it was a terrific testimonial for Steven Gerrard today. It was a sellout crowd with a rousing rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone. You know, having watched the 95,000 Liverpool fans at the MCG cricket ground sing a spine-tingling version of You'll Never Walk Alone, it was fantastic to see us back at Anfield with another yet rousing rendition of You'll Never Walk Alone. It's a view that I've missed, a sight that I've missed since the end of the season. What was so good was to see as well Robbie Fowler and Jamie Carragher get an outstanding reception when they came on as substitutes for Liverpool. You know, from all sides of the ground they got a fantastic rousing reception, and for Robbie Fowler to almost score like he's done so many times at the Kop end, you know, it would have just been the icing on the cake, but it wasn't to be. But still, to go with the testimonial, you know, it was a very good performance by Liverpool, really good performance, you know, against a perhaps sluggish Olympiakos side who are not as far forward in their pre-season as we are. But that's to take nothing away from the Liverpool performance. It was very good. You know, I just want to pinpoint Joe Allen first of all, because he scored the first goal in our 2-0 win. He missed a couple of very good chances. You know, perhaps most guiltily on the killer pass, the through ball by Philippe Coutinho, who had an outstanding game and was rightfully man of the match. You know, and perhaps should have scored, but put the ball over the top of the crossbar. Philippe Coutinho, you know, wasn't quite as good as he has been in the rest of the pre-season games, but was still good enough to get man of the match, which just goes to show, I guess, you know, how good a footballer he is. And for me, he's going to be a key part of the Liverpool team for the coming season, as is another man named Raheem Sterling, who for me, you know, was very energetic against Olympiakos, caused their defence all sorts of problems, was very good, and he has also seemed to improve his accuracy this pre-season in terms of his crossing ability. He got some really good pinpoint crosses in to the box today, and he also looked to pick out players rather than, you know, take the selfish option and just shoot wildly from all sorts of distances, which suggests that even though he's still young, he's maturing as a player, which is fantastic. In terms of the second goal, Jordan Henderson scored it within seconds of coming on after a through ball by that man Raheem Sterling, and it was a fantastic finish. It was a really good finish, and for me, he should be getting in the team ahead of Joe Allen. I think he's a more accomplished midfielder alongside Lucas and Gerrard, and for me, if Rodgers is going to stick with a 4-3-3 system for the coming season, then, you know, Allen was badly exposed last season, and I think that Henderson, Gerrard and Lucas together would be a fantastic three. So for me, it would be Henderson. Iago Aspas also appears, in terms of our recent transfers, the transfers we made this summer, Iago Aspas seems to have really settled in well to Anfield life, having scored 3 goals in pre-season. And for me, it was very lively throughout. Steven Gerrard's testimonial was really good. Very good performance. A couple of Maradona-esque turns again. You know, it was just for me, he seems like he could be an integral part of this Liverpool team. Whether or not he'll be replaced by Daniel Sturridge, we don't know, but we've just got to wait and see. The only downside for me was Simon Mignolet, who was perhaps not at his best, you know, in terms of looking assured, commanding of the area. However, it may have been because it was his very first game, you know, his debut at Anfield. So, you know, you have to make allowances. And at the end of the day, the most important statistic is that he earned a clean sheet, which is all you can ask for. So, you know, I don't think we've got anything to worry about with Mignolet. He looks a very good goalkeeper. Toure was solid again, very good defensively. Him and Carragher could be a very good partnership, central centre-back partnership this coming season. Whether or not we go on to sign the likes of Kyriakos Papadopoulos, we never know. We just have to wait and see. Alberto didn't do anything wrong when he came on, was very good. Looks a very good ball retainer, you know, neat passing, you know, typical Spanish player. And, you know, for me, obviously, like all other Liverpool fans, I'm not alone in saying that I would like 1 or 2 more signings for the remainder of the transfer window. We've been linked with the likes of Christian Eriksen, Diego Costa. We put a £21.8 million bid in for, and I've seen him play for Atletico Madrid against a couple of teams, most notably the last game of La Liga season against Real Madrid. He was very, very good. He's very strong. He's powerful. He is a right nuisance, as has been reported by journalists. A bit like Suarez, but he's a bit of a badass. But he is a very good player and someone that's worth taking a gamble on. I think that Liverpool, in terms of signings, will make one or two more. I don't think that we're done yet in terms of starting 11, but the overall strength of the squad is much better. Now, just on Luis Suarez, I don't really want to talk about it because it was Steven Gerrard's day, but the reception that he got when he came on at Anfield was fantastic, and you can watch it here if you haven't seen it. It was a truly wonderful reception for Suarez, and if he still wants to go to Arsenal, then you know what, they're welcome to him at the end of the day, because he'll never experience anything like that again. Just want to quickly put in, Jordan Henderson's goal. You can watch that here as well. But that's about it for me, really. It was just a fantastic reception for Steven Gerrard in his testimonial. It was lovely to see him with his daughters going round Anfield and applauding all sides of the ground. Terrific that it was a sellout. Wonderful role model, wonderful player, and someone that other players, other young footballers should aspire to be like. True leader on and off the pitch. More from me soon. Thank you for watching. Cheers.